With us now on VIP TV, Marcos Molloy. Marcos has his 6th professional fight at whatever it's called now. I'll call it the Liverpool Echo Arena, but they like to call it the M&S Bank Arena on January 17. And Wasserman Bill, hopefully he'll get some Channel 5 exposure. Marcos, thanks for joining us.
No problem, mate. Good to have you.
Yeah, good to see you, mate. Before we talk about where you train, I want to talk about Joe McNally's influence on your career and the Rotunda. But going back to the Echo for the 2nd time in 6 fights, it's a big thing for a Liverpool boxer, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. Like, obviously, that's the arena in our city. So to be fighting on them bills is great. I boxed there before COVID on the Callum Smith versus John Ryder bill. That was a great, the Matchroom one, and now I'm on the Wasserman show. So again, another great bill made up.
What's the experience like for you in these arenas? Well, you've only had the one experience when you might be on a bit earlier, when there's not a lot in it. Do you still feel the crowd with you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do okay on my tickets and stuff. So, you know, there's still a little bit of a crowd in there. Know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. It's not packed by any means, but you know, there's still that little buzz, should I say?
Yeah. You know, when you're backstage getting ready, it's like, do you think of what's gone on there before and stuff like that? And when you're in them big dressing rooms there?
No, not really. You know, I sort of just embrace it, really. I mean, obviously, I fight on a lot of the smaller shows, so when I do get the opportunity to fight on them bigger shows, just try and soak it in and yeah, make the most of it, really.
Yeah. Your pro career so far, it's been pretty plain sailing. How have you found it yourself? I mean, I'm saying that from looking at your record.
Yeah, good. I mean, obviously, same as everyone, COVID got in the way, didn't it? The ball was rolling pre-COVID. I had my debut, then was straight on a Matchroom bill and sort of thought, oh, we are, you know, things are going good. And then COVID hit. I've been back on the small shows since. But you know, got on this Wasserman bill, which is a great opportunity. So hopefully, you know, put a good performance on and, you know, start getting my name out there a bit now. I want to start pushing on. I'll be, you know, 6-0 after this one. Hopefully early next year or something like that, start looking at a little title or something like that, hopefully.
Yeah, and also as a sort of thing, you perform well here. I know you fight on Steve's show, Steve Wood's shows. Sort of thing where it could lead to a promotional deal with a Wasserman or something, and you get exposure around the country, Channel 5 and on these bigger shows.
Of course, yeah, you know, that's obviously the aim. So I'll be raising my game type of thing to put a performance on here. Again, as you've just said, it's a great platform, terrestrial TV, Channel 5. Doesn't get any better. So like I said, I'll be focused and ready to put on a good show on the 17th of June, like, definitely.
Go back to your time at Rotunda. Tell us about what's it like being part of the Rotunda Club. I mean, I've been lucky enough to visit it a couple of times myself when I was at Box Nation. Tell us what it's like from a boxer's perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it breeds success, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You've only got to walk in the gym and you see the big wall of honour type of thing. All the national champions. It's like they don't really go a year without getting at least a couple of national champions. Obviously being three world champions from the same amateur gym. Liam Smith, Callum Smith, Tony Bellew. I mean, what other amateur gym can say they've had 3 world champions? So no, it is inspirational, really. You know, obviously I train with Liam now as well, so it's just like, it's good to like look at someone and go, look, he started from where I've started. Why can't I do what he can do? Do you know what I mean?
What's it like training with Liam? He'll tell you this. I've said this on the podcast we do. He's one of my probably my favourite British fighter in recent times. I've spent a lot of time with him. Went to the Canelo fight with him and stuff. What's it like training him? Because he seems as devoted and dedicated now as he was when he turned over.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's flying. Like, that's something I've noticed since he's been training with us. Is like, you know, he's disciplined and it shows. Like, he hasn't done it easily. You know, he's had to work hard and stay dedicated and stuff. But he's class. You know, you see him sparring in the gym and like, he's maybe he's cute. You wouldn't really, to the average person, he might look like he just walks forward with his hands up, but some of the little moves he does are class. I've even had like a little mess around with him once, sparring. He was obviously taking it easy on me and stuff, but it's stuff that you wouldn't see outside the ring, and like he'll catch me with like a little shot, and I go, fucking hell, how's he just done that? Know what I mean? You just see the levels. Know what I mean?
It's incredible you said that. I interviewed Paddy Lacey last Friday, and he sparred with him a couple of times, most probably at your club. He said the same thing as you about little things he'll do, and it was just and it was almost his answer was almost a template for what you just said. So that backs it up. But also tell us about Joe McNally, the trainer, because I'm going back to Liam again, touching on him. When Liam went to Rotunda, went back to Rotunda. He was always floating about, full time. There was quite a few remarks about Joe not going to a train. It was pretty cruel, some of the things said on social media from these supposed experts. You tell me about Joe, the trainer, because he was brilliant, wasn't he? The other week with in the corner in Spain as well.
Yeah. I mean, all that was probably down to it is just his profile. I mean, don't get me wrong, Joe's worked with David Price. He was a big name and done great things for David, know what I mean? But since David retired, it was sort of like me, Thomas Hart, Scott Forrest and Frankie Stinger, who were all sort of like prospects. So we never had someone who was like down the line type of thing. But he's got obviously Liam Smith now and James Metcalf, who's just had a great
in Spain, in
Bilbao the other day. So, obviously that's done good things for his profile. But, Joe's a class. He doesn't need them fighters to know he's a class trainer. Joe knows his stuff, know what I mean? There's that saying, isn't he? There's coaches and then there's teachers. He's a teacher, like the way he breaks stuff down and like game plans and stuff like that. He knows the sport, know what I mean? He's a top coach. And, in the future, it's going to be even more evident how good of a trainer is, because these titles and, the gym's flying at the moment, but the titles coming into the gym's just going to boost how much of a good trainer he is anyway.
Yeah, and I guess it would mean so much to him as much as it would you if you become the first champion he's took from the very beginning as well.
Yeah, of course. As I said, there's a few of us prospects now. We were sort of all around the same. Like, Scott and Frankie have had like 1 or 2 each. Me and Tom are sort of like at 6. I think Tom's had about 8 or something now. He's signed at Matchroom. So
right, yeah.
There's a good little group. Although we've got Liam and James Metcalf who were up there, there's a nice little pack coming through as well. So, hopefully bring loads of titles to the gym in the future.
Yeah. How did you get your nickname, the Tank?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I think it come a little bit from the Gervonta Davis style, but I think it's more shifted about my weight now. In COVID, a little bit heavy and stuff, so it was like a little. It was a compliment at first, Gervonta Davis, but now it's sort of like fat ass Tank. Know what I mean? But post COVID, I've got a grip of my weight now, and got the ball back rolling type of thing.
Was it hard for you during COVID controlling your weight? I mean, was you someone who found it maybe really hard sitting indoors all the time, and you start eating or drinking Coca-Cola or whatever?
No, what it was. I'm quite an active person anyway. So training wasn't the problem. I trained right the way through lockdown. Never had no real break and stuff. But it's having that routine, right? Go up, go to the gym, eat. I didn't have no routine whatsoever. So I was sort of like, as you said, not eating the best things and stuff. And I worked quite a lot through COVID. Obviously didn't have any money coming in from the boxing, so it was tough. Know what I mean? It was a tough time. And with work, you know how it is. Like, yeah, lads, let's go to the cafe on our break, and you're having, a bacon butty and cup of tea and that type of stuff, and it's not good for you, is it? Know what I mean? But obviously, when I'm in camp now, my head's on it, and feel great.
I'll tell you what, you just stick to the story. You're called the Tank after Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
He might get the raving up in about 2 years. Here's a Tank in Liverpool and want to fight you for millions. So you just got to...
Yeah. UK Tank versus US Tank, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll have that. You will have that. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you, your bank manager have that fight as well.
100%, yeah.
So, all right. Well, thanks a lot for joining us today. Nice to get to know you a little bit, and I look forward to seeing you in action June 17, Friday, June 17, Channel 5, the Liverpool Tanks in action. Thanks very much.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Nice one for that.
Thank you.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.